Greetings, everyone. I hope that you are well and taking care of yourselves. We are on day 234 of our Bible reading, and we will be focusing on Jeremiah chapter 35 to chapter 37. I'll be discussing with you chapter 37, and I want us to start it, and I'm going to read from verse 12. And it says, Jeremiah started to leave the city to go to the territory of Benjamin to get his share of the property amongst the people there. As we continue reading the Bible, it tells us that when he entered the gate, he was actually arrested. When he asked why he was arrested, he was told is because he's deserting Jerusalem for the Babylonians. And when he tried to defend himself, saying, "No, I'm not doing that," or it's false, he was arrested. No one listened. They just threw him in prison. And then later on, the Bible also tells us that he stayed there for days. And then later on, the king sent people for him. And when we see there where the king also asked him, do you not have a secret word for me? And Jeremiah answers saying, yes, I have a secret word for you. And the word says, you will be delivered in the hands of the Babylonians. But we also see there Jeremiah saying to the king, what have I done to you, or to your attendants, or the people of this land, that I'm thrown in prison? And shortly after asking that, we also see Jeremiah saying, my Lord, I'm pleading with you. Can I not be sent back to that prison? And shortly after that, we see the king saying he mustn't be taken back there. He was then put in the prison in the palace, and some version says the courtyard of the guard. And he was even supplied fresh bread daily while he was there. So there are few things I'm taking out of what we have just read and summarized from what the Bible has told us about Jeremiah. When we read about Jeremiah, Jeremiah has always been faithful in delivering the word of God, and yet he still get thrown into a prison. We would perhaps have expected that with his faithfulness, God would have saved him and all that. And this is just a reminder to us as children of God that being Christians and doing the word of God with faithfulness does not exempt us from being persecuted. And again, the other thing that I'm seeing with Jeremiah is his humility and his heart. I mean, he pleaded with the king, and he even referred to the king as his Lord. And that says to me, the authorities and the leadership that we have, even in the world, as Christian, we need to be able to serve under those people and ask and make pleas when we need to ask. And the other thing is, after he asked, he was actually not taken back to that prison again. He was actually fed bread all the time. So there was power in that asking, but there was also power in submitting under a certain leadership or the authority. But that just that asking has then saved him. And I hope that sparked that the authorities that we have in the world, we can just respect and we can just serve under them as well. So I'm looking forward to some of the revelations that came from the piece of reading today, this afternoon. Thank you.